It is my privilege to welcome our esteemed dignitaries who will grace this concluding session with their presence. I now request our staff convener, Dr. Roshan Montero, to escort the dignitaries to the dais. Dr. Alvin Deza, Registrar, St. Aloysius College, Autonomous, who presides over today's program. Reverend Dr. Melvin Pinto, S.J., Secretary, Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, our honored chief guest for this valedictory function. Dr. Lovina Lobo, Director, Maffei Block, Dr. Shweta Raskinha, Head of the Department of Social Work, Dr. Roshan Montero, Staff Convener of SAMPRATHI-2025, and finally our Student Convener, Mr. Jeevan D'Souza. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our dignitaries as they are escorted to the dais with a warm round of applause.
To open our valedictory ceremony, I warmly invite Mr. Jeevan, our student convener, to extend a heartfelt welcome and set the tone for the proceedings.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each one of you to this valedictory ceremony of SAMPRATHI 2025, the National Seminar on Climate Literacy and Environmental Governance, empowering the next generation. Throughout the day, we shared knowledge, exchanged perspectives, and reflected on the urgent responsibility that depends upon each of us in addressing the environmental challenges of our times. SAMPRATHI, true to its name, has provided us with a platform to engage with not only in academic dialogue, but also in cultivating a deeper sense of responsibility towards our planet. As we gather for the valedictory, we are reminded of the words of Wangari Maathai, Nobel laureate and environmentalist. The generation that destroys the environment is not the generation that pays the price. That is the problem. Let us take this as a call to action and inspiration to carry forward the insights gained here into our daily lives, our professions, and our communities. On behalf of Department of Social Work and organizing team, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished presiding officer, Dr. Alvin Deza, Registrar, St. Aloysius College, Autonomous, Mangalore, whose leadership and guidance continue to strengthen the academic and ethical foundations of this institution. A warm welcome to you, sir. We are honored to have Reverend Father Dr. Melvin Pinto, S.J., Secretary, Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, as our honored chief guest for this valedictory program. Father is an associate professor at the School of Communication and Media Studies at St. Joseph University, a distinguished scholar with a PhD in journalism and mass communication. Father has also authored numerous research papers and continues to inspire through his teaching, writing, and leadership. We are glad to have you with us, Father. A warm welcome to you. A special welcome to Dr. Lovina Lobo, Director of Maffei Block, whose guidance and support has always strengthened academic and student initiatives. A warm welcome, ma'am. I warmly welcome Dr. Shweta Raskinha, Head, Department of Social Work, whose leadership has been instrumental in shaping and mentoring young minds. A warm welcome, ma'am. With equal pleasure, I welcome Dr. Roshan Montero, Staff Convener of SAMPRATHI 2025, whose tireless efforts have been at the heart of organizing this memorable event. A warm welcome, sir. Also, I extend a warm welcome to all the faculty members, participants, and well-wishers. Your active involvement and enthusiastic spirit have made SAMPRATHI 2025 truly remarkable. With these words, I once again extend a cordial welcome to each one of you to this valedictory program of SAMPRATHI 2025. May this evening be not just a conclusion, but a new beginning in our pursuit of climate consciousness and environmental stewardship. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeevan, for your gracious words and for representing the spirit of student leadership so beautifully. A warm welcome to you as well.
Every event has its story, the milestones, the highlights, and the moments that stand out. To present a concise yet comprehensive report of today's proceeding, now I call upon Mr. Alistair D'Souza.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to present before you the proceedings of today's event, SAMPRATHI-2025, Climate Literacy and Environmental Governance, Empowering the Next Generation. On September 29, 2025, the Postgraduate Department of Studies and Research in Social Work, School of Arts and Humanities, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru, in collaboration with the Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, organized a one-day national seminar on climate literacy and environmental governance, empowering the next generation at Eric Matthias Hall, Maffei Block. The seminar brought together students, scholars, and educators from various disciplines and states across India, providing a platform to exchange ideas on climate literacy, environmental governance, and sustainable practices. The program began with an invocation, followed by the welcome address by Dr. Gerald De Silva, Associate Professor, Department of Social Work, and Staff Convener. In his address, he reflected on the question of who bears responsibility for climate change and stressed that Generation Alpha must be educated by Generation Z to ensure a more climate-conscious future. The dignitaries on stage included Chief Guest Mr. Vijay Morris, Vice Chancellor Reverend Dr. Praveen Matis S.J., Reverend Father Melvin S. Pinto S.J., Secretary Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Dr. Lovina Lobo, Director Maffei Block, Dr. Rosevira D'Souza, Dean, School of Arts and Humanities, Dr. Shweta Raskina, Head of the Department of Social Work, Dr. Gerald De Silva, Staff Convener, and Student Convener, Ms. Nirada Sheen. The seminar was inaugurated by Mr. Vijay Morris, Trustee of CFAL, co-lead of the Amara Prakritiye Pragati Initiative, Mangalore. In his inaugural remarks, he emphasized the importance of small, consistent actions in combating climate change, noting that human progress and environmental well-being must advance hand in hand. Dr. Shweta Raskina, Head of the Department of Social Work, highlighted the significance of the occasion as the department entering its Silver Jubilee year, extending gratitude to Dr. Lovina Lobo and alumna Dr. Poonima Shetty for their contribution to its growth, and highlighting on the series of activities that will be held during the year. It was followed by Vice Chancellor, first staff, and student of MSW, unveiling the Jubilee year along with other guests. During his presidential address, Reverend Dr. Praveen Matis S.J., Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, congratulated the MSW program on its 25 years of impactful work. Focusing on seminar topic, he drew connections between environmental issues and social justice, social equity, and the interdisciplinary nature of social sciences. He reminded the participants the climate neglect would lack of awareness are collective failures and called for climate advocacy that goes beyond literacy to actionable insights. He also emphasized the Jesuit mission of care for the common home. The inaugural function concluded with the vote of thanks by Ms. Nirada Sheen, student convener, who expressed gratitude to the dignitaries and the team behind Samprathi 2025, including staff convener Dr. Roshan Montero and student convener Mr. Denz Martin. She acknowledged the inspiring words shared and the institution's commitment to green initiatives. The keynote addresses was delivered by Mr. Vijay Morris. He began by stressing the lack of sensitivity among people towards climate issues, presenting his observation with facts, figures, and scientific insights. He remarked that climate change is not only about reasoning and data, but also about human emotions and social responsibility, emphasizing the role of humanities. Drawing attention to the Mangalore context, he spoke of the Amara initiative and its role in community-based climate resilience. He concluded on the reflective note, asking participants to visualize a greener and cleaner Mangalore and surroundings, inspiring the audience to imagine and work towards such a reality. The technical session was delivered by Dr. Smita Hegde, biologist, principal and director of research at CFAL, on the theme, Role of Urban Biodiversity in Climate Resilience. She presented a practical study on tree counts and temperature variations in Mangalore city, reflecting on the idea that we are nature, and reminding us that taking more without giving back will only deepen our climate crisis. Stressing upon the UN Sustainable Development Goals, she put forward the need for redefining development to prioritize sustainability, empathy, and responsibility, highlighting citizen-led initiatives such as the Amara project, which aims to plant and adopt 30,000 trees in Mangalore, and pointing to the potential of mangrove restoration along the coast. She urged for greener commitment to urban biodiversity. Her parting note, enjoy your work and make life a big paid holiday, left the audience inspired. The technical session concluded with interactive Q&A session, where Dr. Smita responded with practical insights along with Mr. Vijay Morris, expert inputs too. The post-lunch session started with panel discussion moderated by Dr. A. Stephen. He set the tone by emphasizing the proverb, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. He underlined the urgent need for a sustainable future and briefly introduced the panelists. The first panelist, Dr. Haridas VR, addressed on climate justice and sustainable agriculture, stressed that climate change is not a new normal, but a crisis with consequences like disasters, diseases, poverty, and migration. The second panelist, Mr. Karthik Ponnappa, co-founder Smarter Dharma, focused on embedding sustainability into decision-making by linking it with business value. The third panelist, Ms. Surishika, emphasized the importance of accurate climate reporting in raising awareness and driving action. She highlighted challenges like misinformation and simplifying complex science while sharing examples of impactful journalism that influence policies and communities. The discussions highlighted practical solutions for climate action, the integration of sustainable practices into governance, and the pivotal role of information in driving awareness. Participants actively engaged with the panelists, exchanging ideas and posing thoughtful questions. Through expert talks and panel discussions, the event emphasized the importance of informed decision-making, advocacy, and collective action in building a sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alistair and the documentation team for capturing the essence of this day and reminding us of how much we have experienced and achieved.
Seminars find their true success not only in planning and execution, but in the impact they leave on the participants. We now invite reflections from our participants. Their voices will echo the learning and value of SAMPRATHI-2025.
First of all, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So I thank St. Aloysius and Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission to collaborate and organize this event on climate literacy and governance, as this was the need of the hour. We can see that we are facing a lot of climate change issues, health issues due to this climate change. So this was the need of the hour. So today's day was a very enriching experience. So in the morning, we had 2 technical sessions by Mr. Vijay sir and Dr. Smita Hegde ma'am. So they didn't just discuss the problems, they also gave us solutions, and also they're implementing it on the ground through various initiatives. That was very commendable. And also the panel discussion. All the 4 panel discussion was really nice. I discussed and understood a lot of new things, different perspectives, as they're from diverse backgrounds. It was a really enriching experience. And we realized that we have the power to bring the change. Even if it is small actions, they add up a lot when we collaboratively work towards it. So thank you very much, everyone.
Hello everyone, my name is Hanya and I'm from St. Joseph's College of Law. And I would like to share a few thoughts that I had about today's session. First of all, I want to thank you all for the opportunity of giving me the platform to express my thoughts. And I would like to thank all the panelists and the esteemed institution for the amazing event that you all organized. It was truly a very great experience that I had. And as for the panelists, I expected today's session to be very technical. I thought it would be all scientific matter, all numbers, I thought it would be beyond my understanding as a law student. But that was not the case. I think everyone, all the panelists, starting from Mr. Vijay Moraz, and his explanation of electric cars and how they were made. And thank you. And Dr. Smita Hegde's telling us about accountability and how many trees we would require to be planted every year just to deal with the amount of carbon emissions that we are, putting out there. And the last panel that we had with Dr. A. Stephen and Dr. Haridas and Mr. Ponappa and Ms. Pardikal, the journalist, it was all, I feel like they all had a human touch. They explained climate change in a very real sense of the word. And they explained it in a way that you understand what it is, how to deal with it, and why it's so important to talk about it immediately right now and to deal with it right now. And I really appreciate that, so thank you very much.
Thank you for those encouraging words. Your feedback inspires us to keep improving and striving.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored to have among us our esteemed chief guest, Reverend Dr. Melvin Pinto, S.J., Secretary, Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, a guiding light, a voice of vision, and a leader committed to the cause of sustainable futures. It is my privilege to invite our chief guest to deliver the valedictory address. Let us welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and my dear friends. First of all, I would like to submit very humbly that I am not an environment specialist or expert, except that I have taught once in a way environment communication to my students. Maybe that's why HOD Dr. Shweta told me very clearly, speak only for 5 minutes. So I will keep to that. Having said that, I'm pretty sure, my dear friends, this day has been very productive, very useful in creating awareness and certain actions that we can take on environment literacy and climate literacy and environment governance. Two things are there here as the topic itself suggests. First of all, environment literacy or awareness. And the second aspect about environment governance is all about policies. With regard to awareness, as panelists were speaking also, we are not short of awareness. We have sufficient awareness. Right from early schooling itself, a lot of awareness is given on environment, and climate change, and global warming, and so on. A lot of environment awareness is already there. The only problem is when we put some of these things to action, that's where all the difficulty is. Now, who has to take that responsibility? As all of us know, we have to take responsibility, but also at the policy level, the government and those who are at the helm of affairs, they also have to take responsibility. But what happens is, at the policy level, we have a lot of issues in putting our priorities in place. Just to give you an example, 10 years back, 12 years back, this district, we were all protesting against the Ethinhole project. As you know, more than 10 years or 12 years, this project has been going on. And we were supposed to, or rather government was supposed to lift the water and give it to the dry districts. But till date, not a drop has been lifted, though it is more than 12 years. Thousands of crores of money has been spent. Forget about the money, but then the cost it has had on the environment, all of us are aware of it. So sometimes, our priorities are misplaced. So that's one of the reasons why nothing much happens. In 2015 at the Doha summit, the leaders came together and said we need to bring down the global warming by at least 1.5 degrees. And they gave timeline to different countries. For the first world countries, they gave timeline till 2030. And then those who are in the middle, like countries like China and so on, they gave time till 2050. And countries like us, India and many third world countries, they have given time till 2070 to bring down the global warming by 1.5 degrees. Now 2030 is not very far, but I don't think the first world countries have done anything to bring down the global warming by 1.5 degrees at all. So why such callousness we fail to understand? It's because we elect leaders who are not bothered about the environment. If you see in the election manifestos of the different parties, when they come to election, they have a lot of policies for the poor, for development and all that. But nothing you will find about environment. Not a single sentence being mentioned about the environment. We have a Ministry of Environment which is now termed as Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Climate change has already come there. And whenever we have huge projects, we need to get clearance from this ministry. A sector or A level, category A level projects has to get clearance from this ministry. And in normal circumstances, none of these projects are, although initial stages there may be certain resistance from this ministry, but finally because of lots of pressures and all that, the Environment Ministry gives clearance to all major projects which are really very sensitive to the environment, which affects the environment, which means there is some serious issue at the policy level. And that's where I think the younger generation, the Gen Z what we call, which brought about government changes in our neighborhood, as you know, Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. I think the Gen Z has a big role to play in these issues. And wish you all the best, and we hope in the coming years we really bring about change in terms of policies, influencing the policies, and thus contribute our might towards environment sustenance. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Father, for those insightful and empowering words. They remind us that while today's seminar concludes, the journey of responsibility and action continues for each one of us.
It is our honor to hear from the academician who plays an important role in the implementation of the university's mission and vision. I invite the president of this valedictory program, Dr. Alvin Dessa, to address the gathering.
A very good afternoon to each and every one of you. Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, members of the faculty, student delegates from various institutions across the state, Jesuit higher education and the others, and participants. Representing the Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, SJ, it's my privilege to speak a few words at the valedictory of this one day, and I hear that there are paper presentations tomorrow, therefore it is almost like a two-day affair on this very, very relevant topic. The head of the department tells me that the meaning of the word Samprathi is relevance. And I would like to congratulate the Department of Social Work for consistently 23 years conducting this national seminar on very, very relevant issues and concerns that affect us on a daily basis. Shall we give them a big round of applause? These days the slogan is you collaborate, you network or perish. So without collaboration, without networking, we are not going to go far. Therefore, once again, the MSW department, social work department has realized the importance of collaboration, especially on these topics along with the Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission. The secretary is here. I would like to congratulate them both to bringing together this relevant topic and having this, bringing us all together to discuss on this issue of climate change, sustainability. These are the watchwords. We have read a lot of things about climate change. We have talked about the natural disasters, nuclear disasters, Holocaust, and the others. Basically, it is a time to introspect. The charity begins at home. Therefore, once the individual changes, it has a percolation effect, and the entire society slowly but steadily actually becomes more aware, realizes its responsibility to care for our common home, as the Jesuit preference goes. Instead of, okay, we need to be activists, we need to be on a campaign mode, we need to do that. But how much of it do we promote? There are so many sustainable initiatives that have been put in place by a lot of individuals, companies, and also by civil society members, quietly, steadily, in small ways. Alone we can do little, but together we can achieve much more. This is the policy. If in our own small ways, if you can contribute to this, in mitigating this kind of disasters, and also preventing these disasters. Most of the time we indulge in waiting for the disasters to happen and then firefight. Wait for the next disaster, then do the firefighting. So most of our resources and most of our time goes in firefighting these kind of things. Instead of that, why don't we promote good initiatives? I'm so happy that a journalist has been incorporated into this panel discussion. That person could give us insights as to how, as students, you can promote good initiatives, sustainable initiatives, talk positively about it, campaign about it, promote it on a daily basis. That would bring a bigger change than attacking people who are responsible for environmental degradation. I would rather prefer the second option, but all of us must do it instead of doing the other thing. Campaign mode should go on, but we should promote, identify every single small initiative by individuals, small groups of people, neighborhood groups, corporations. You should promote on a daily basis, award them, recognize them, and join them. I think the best way to make this world a better place is that kind of a mode. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement. Your guidance inspires both students and faculty to continue striving for academic excellence and social responsibility.
No event of this scale is possible without the dedication and teamwork of many individuals. To formally acknowledge their contributions, I now invite our staff convener, Dr. Roshan Montero, to deliver the vote of thanks.
This is my last task of the day and the toughest one. Anyway, I'm very glad and delighted to propose vote of thanks for the wonderful, impactful national seminar SAMPRATHI-2025. On behalf of Department of Social Work, St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, it's my privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on this concluding session on SAMPRATHI-2025. I sincerely thank our chief guest, Reverend Dr. Melvin S. Pinto, S.J., Secretary, Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, for his gracious presence and inspiring words. Your message will continue to guide us in our journey toward building a sustainable future. Thank you, Father. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Alvin Desa, Registrar, St. Aloysius College Autonomous Mangalore, for presiding over this valedictory session with his warm encouragement and message. Thank you, sir. A heartfelt word of thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, SJ, along with the Finance Officer and management of St. Aloysius deemed to be University for their wholehearted support and motivation, which played a key role in making this seminar a success. Thank you very much. We are deeply grateful to our collaborators, the Karnataka Jesuit Higher Education Commission, and to the faculty members and students who joined us from Bangalore and other parts of Karnataka. Your presence has enriched our discussion and strengthened our bonds of collaboration. Thank you very much. Special thanks to our distinguished keynote speaker, panelists, paper presenters, and participants from Mangalore, Dakshina Kannada, across Karnataka, Kerala, and other parts of India. Your valuable insights and contributions have made SAMPRATHI-2025 truly enriching and impactful. Thank you so much. I also extend heartfelt thanks to Dr. Lavina Lobo, Director of Mafe Block, Dr. Shweta Raskina, Head of the Department of Social Work, for their guidance and support throughout the seminar. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciation to our convener, Dr. Gerald De Silva, and to all my colleagues, Dr. Vidya, Dr. Prithvi, Ms. Savita, and Ms. Kavya, for their wonderful hard work, support, encouragement, and for standing by us in this endeavor. Thank you very much. In a very special way, I wish to acknowledge the commitment and hard work of our student conveners, Ms. Nirda Shin, Dens Martin, Jeevan, and all the MSW students of the Department of Social Work. Your teamwork and dedication beyond the scenes made everything possible. Thank you very much. Finally, I thank every unseen and our volunteers, media personnel, technical team, hospitality staff, and well-wishers for ensuring the smooth conduct of this national seminar. Let me conclude with a thought that captures the spirit of today. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. With this, I once again thank you all for being a part of SAMPRATHI 2025. May we continue to work together for eliminate literacy, environmental governance, and the empowerment of the next generation. Thank you. Let us part today with renewed hope for a greener tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement. Your guidance inspire both students and faculty to continue striving for academic excellence and social responsibility. We also remain grateful to you, sir, for your hard work and dedication. Thank you, sir.
I thank all the dignitaries for being a part of this program and for your meaningful insights. Thanks to all our participants for your interest and proactive participation in this seminar. Your presence has truly made this event a memorable one.